The following is a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym as we present girls Class 5A Regional Final Basketball tonight. It's Dowling Catholic hosting Waukee Northwest. And alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Hamadale. Yes, we are playing tonight. One of 3 games in Class 5A that are playing tonight. The other 5 have been postponed until tomorrow night due to the ice storm we had. Of course, that gets the listeners involved down in the southern United States that are listening. And, yes, we did have an ice storm go through. We talked about it a little bit last night. Schools were canceled today. They were started out being a 2-hour delay, then they were canceled. But Dowling and Waukee Northwest worked it out, and they're playing tonight. And I welcome in my broadcast partner, Jimmy Cataldo. And Jimmy, it was kind of touch and go this morning, but kind of cleared off here in central Iowa, and we're the only game in town right now, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's right. You're just not sure if you were going to play or not, and then you have games going on, of course, tomorrow. And, it comes down to a lot of times it's the officiating. Is who do you have available to officiate these games? You certainly want the highest quality of guys available, and Dowling got lucky, and so did Waukee Northwest to be able to play tonight, because normally when a school is canceled, they'll cancel all the activities, but during the playoffs, and it did. It cleared up nicely, so they're able to play tonight, and this is going to be a big one. You look at this game on paper, and there's a lot of analyzing of what's to come tonight, and it starts getting your juices flowing a little bit as these two teams are going to clash for the second time this year, and certainly both teams are beatable.
Yeah, and the winner, what's at stake? Well, a berth in the girls' state basketball tournament on Monday, because Class 5A tips off at 10 o'clock in the morning. The first 4 games are 5A games, so the winner plays Monday. And but what a tradition both teams have. Dowling, 5 state titles, 22 appearances. Waukee with Coach Guest, they've made 20 state appearances, and they were state champions last year and back in 2015. So they've won 2 state titles. So you got a lot of tradition with the coaching staffs and the schools. Now I know Waukee Northwest is first year, but you got the state championship, defending state champion coaching the Wolves, and that's Chris Guest and his wife Sherry. And that's what makes this a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to that tonight here at the Dowling Gym, because it's starting to get filled, unlike last night with our boys' sub-state first round.
It was one of those things you didn't know if the student section would show up tonight, having the day off because of the weather, and it's awfully cold outside, but you're starting to see some of the students show up. You see the Northwest students really came out tonight. It's nice to see the boys' basketball team represented by both schools, and you can just feel the tension that's starting to build in this arena or gymnasium, and it's going to be an exciting night.
Certainly is. The games that are going on tonight, it's right here. It's obviously Dowling and Waukee Northwest here at the Dowling Gym. It's Dowling ranked 9th, Waukee Northwest ranked 15th. In eastern Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Washington is at number 4 Pleasant Valley. That game going on in Pleasant Valley over there in the Bettendorf area. And the other game going on tonight, Linn-Mar of Marion at number 5 Iowa City High. So those 3 games will send somebody to the girls' state basketball tournament, so that'll be the first 3. The remaining 5, well, that'll be determined tomorrow night. That'll affect some schools around here. Joensen and Des Moines North, that battle will be at Joensen tomorrow night at 7. Ankeny Centennial hosting Sioux City East tomorrow night. That'll be at 7 o'clock at Centennial High School. And Ankeny at Roosevelt, just down the freeway here in West Des Moines. Ankeny at Roosevelt. Roosevelt ranked 2nd. Ankeny 10th. And other games have Southeast Polk on the road at West Waterloo. West Waterloo 6th. Southeast Polk ranked at one time was 9th. And the final game is Iowa City West traveling to West Des Moines and take on West Des Moines Valley tomorrow night. All those games will start at 7 o'clock. But here, we get everything out of the way tonight, and maybe this officiating crew might be needed somewhere else tomorrow. And you mentioned officials. What really comes down to is safety. When they start canceling schools, unlike when you and I were in school, we had school on days like this. But now the safety factor, insurance, that's why superintendents and principals want to cancel school. And when you get the hint of ice or the hint of a lot of snow, Jimmy, that's why they canceled it. It really wasn't for the officials, and I'm one to protect officials as much as anybody, but it wasn't for those three guys over there,
No.
although they are all three qualified.
Well, there's so many people that walk in and out of these buildings that you got to make sure that the campus is prepared, de-iced the sidewalks and everything, and it looks like the custodial staff did a great job here at the school. Everything looks clean and everything's accessible into the gymnasium, and it's going to be a great night.
Well, Waukee Northwest and Dowling for the second time this year. They did face each other a little over a month ago here at the Dowling Gym on a Tuesday night. Back on January 18th, Dowling winning that game 47-30. And, what's changed? Well, Waukee Northwest, they're 5-4 since that game, and they've won 5 of the last 8 games. But the Wolves are just 2-8 against ranked teams in the state, and they split with 2 teams, Ankeny Centennial and Ankeny, this year to get their 2 wins, but they faced 8 losses to ranked teams. Dowling has lost 4 of their last 6 games, and the Maroons are 8-6 versus ranked teams. So if you're looking at quality of opponent, well, they both play in the CIML, in the Iowa Conference or the Central Conference, a very tough conference in itself, but the whole league. And I don't know if you want to base that on anything, but that's what's happened since the 2 teams have met, and now it comes down to the 23rd game for Dowling, the 22nd game for Waukee Northwest, what the keys and what will shape up tonight here, Jimmy.
So I've looked at the same things, and the records that these 2 schools possess against teams who have a record over 500 is not all that great. And so you really look at what advantages does one team have than the other, and I think you just got to go back and look at that game back on January 18th, and where was Dowling successful? Where did things fall apart for Northwest? And I really think you're not going to see the same game play tonight. If you remember back on January 18th when Dowling won 47-30, Reagan Bartholomew, their leading scorer, was greatly frustrated. I mean, watching the expressions on her face that night just said it all, and she was totally gassed playing that game because they didn't bring her out very much.
Right.
And so if Dowling is able to have the success they had that night, they got to do the exact same thing to Reagan Bartholomew, because she's the stir that makes this whole thing twirl around.
All right, we're going to take a break here on our pregame show. Dowling and Waukee Northwest alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Hamadale. Brady is back at the studio. Brady Grimm, want to thank him. And we'll come back with starting lineups. Dowling and Waukee Northwest. The winner moves on to the Girls State Basketball Tournament next week at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines. And we'll return to the Dowling Gym after these messages.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. It's Waukee Northwest taking on Dowling Catholic in girls Class 5A regional basketball. The winner moves on to the state tournament next week. Let's take a look at the lineups tonight, the starting lineups for Waukee Northwest. Head coach is Chris Guess. In his first year here at Waukee Northwest, their record's 14-8, and they are ranked 15th in Class 5A, and they'll start this lineup. At one guard, Josie Vanderkroll, a 5'8 sophomore. The other guard is Reagan Bartholomew, a 5'10 senior. At one forward, Sadie Moss, a 6'1 sophomore. And Cameron Weir, a 6' senior, is the other forward. The center is Abigail Jones, a 6'2 senior. Coach Guest is assisted by his wife, Sherry Guest, Ben Dewey, and Joe Heasley. The Wolves average 55.5 points on offense. They give up 35.6 points on defense. Now for Dowling Catholic, the head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 6th year. 105 wins, 32 losses here at Dowling. She's assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. The Maroons will start this lineup. That one guard, Ava Zedeker, 5'9 freshman. She wears number 13. The other guard is Julia Moore, a 5'4 junior, wearing number 21. And the third guard is Layla Tritton, a 5'8 freshman, and she'll wear number 45. At one forward for Dowling, Lauren Frericks, a 5'10 junior. She wears number 25. And Emma Gipple, a 5'10 senior, leads the state in rebounding, averaging 12.5 rebounds a game. She wore number 23. So it'll be Zedeker, Moore, Tritton, the three guards for Dowling, Frericks and Gipple in the post. Dowling averages 51 points on offense. They give up just a little under 39 points on defense. The Maroons come in with a 17-6 record, ranked number 9. Okay, we're going to take a timeout. Coming back, we'll have the tip-off between Dowling and Waukee Northwest. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling, and our pregame prayer here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord, amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym. And alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. Is about set for tip-off. Dowling and Waukee Northwest here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Glad you could join us. Basically the only game in town as far as girls regional semifinal or regional final basketball. The other games going on tonight: Cedar Rapids, Washington at Pleasant Valley, and Linn-Mar at Iowa City High. Those are the other two games besides Waukee Northwest and Dowling. The rest are postponed until tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And, Jimmy, you got to look at some of the keys to the game that you came up with the second time around for Dowling and Waukee Northwest.
Well, I think if you're Northwest, you're hoping that Gregory Bartholomew comes out and has a strong shooting night. They need to neutralize Gipple on the boards, and we say that time and time again, and defend the one-on-one dribble drive that Dowling does quite often. And if you're Dowling, you got to find success, finding open players and being able to knock down shots. But ultimately, I think this game's going to come down to turnovers. Who can hold off the most turnovers throughout the night certainly will have the success.
Well, the tip is won by Waukee Northwest, and we're underway. The Wolves in their visiting black uniforms, purple numbers with a white border. They work it inside, and they try to get it to Cameron Weirs. Ball slapped away by Gipple. And Waukee Northwest retains possession, being very patient with their offensive sets. Here's Sadie Moss inside, and a shot off the glass, too strong, no good by Weirs. Ball tipped out of bounds and a rebound, and Weirs battled in there, and it was off of Dowling.
All good things. Dowling, playing strong defense across, getting great position on Weirs. The inlet pass just kind of went off her fingers there, but you're seeing Julia Moore on Reagan Bartholomew, who that's your best defender. She's going to give you the best chance for success tonight.
All right, a shot in the lane, no good on the inbounds play by Waukee Northwest. Rebound Dowling and Frericks. It's Zedeker, Frericks, Julia Moore, Layla Tritton, and Gipple. Now we got a foul away from the action on Waukee. That'll be on Sadie Moss, her first, and the team's first, off a pick by Emma Gipple.
Well, it's pretty physical to start. You expect it. This is the game that you got to win to get to the Wells Fargo Arena, and everybody's going to play hard tonight, so buckle in.
All right, Julia Moore inbounds the ball. Here's Zedeker, and they'll keep a little eye on her. Vanderkroll guarding her right now for Waukee. For the Wolves, it's Vanderkroll, Bartholomew, Jones, Moss, and Weirs, the 5 and the 4 for Waukee Northwest. Dowling has Tritton, Zedeker, Moore, the three guards, with Frericks and Gipple in the post. Here's a turnaround jumper. It's no good by Zedeker. Left elbow, and the rebound Waukee Northwest. So one and done is Dowling on the offensive end. The Wolves had a couple of offensive chances before not scoring. Now Julia Moore with the near steal, and the ball is poked out of bounds. They're going to give it to Waukee Northwest. Collision at half court between Bartholomew and Moore, and they're going to rule the ball to Waukee Northwest.
It's going to be the battle you're going to see all night, and if Julia Moore can wear down Reagan like happened earlier in January, it boded well for Dowling then, and it should bode well for them tonight.
Yeah, the bench will be key for the Wolves. They don't go very deep. Megan Lawns, Addison Steffi, and Neray Barnes are the three you'll see. You might see Natalie Gallagher potentially as another guard. And the Maroons will go with their two off the bench. We'll see first Marin Heller, I'm sure, Macy Downing, and Ellie Olson. So both teams will not go too deep in their rotation. No score. We're at the 6-minute mark, so we played 2 minutes. Last night in the boys sub-state game, won by Dowling, it took 4 minutes to get a score. Here's Abigail Jones with it. Waukee working the right side. Dowling overplaying the passing lanes. They swing it up top to Weirs. You can really see Waukee's going to really limit the possessions. They work it inside, and a nice shot off the glass by Bartholomew gives the Wolves a 2-0 lead.
Strong move by Bartholomew, but well patient offensive set. It's what you would expect at a Coach Guest's coach team, and that's what you're going to get.
Now Moore underneath. She has a shot block, rebounded by Gipple on the left block. Feeds inside to Frericks, stolen away by Bartholomew. The other way we go. Wolves going left to right. Now the ball tipped away and saved by Emma Gipple. She ran the floor and tipped it away. Now Dowling in transition. Here's Tritton underneath. Is cut off nicely by Jones.
Smart move by Layla Tritton not to take the ball hard to the basket as Jones was sitting there ready for the charge.
Jones has had 21 blocks on the season. Ball's tipped out of bounds. They're going to give it to Dowling underneath the Dowling basket with under 5 minutes to play. 2-0. Waukee Northwest leading Dowling. Maroons in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters and trim. And they're going right to left towards the south basket here at Dowling. Wolves going the other way, obviously towards the north basket, wearing their black road uniforms. And Dowling with the ball. And both teams playing man-to-man. Won't see much zone tonight, Jimmy.
Well, the one thing I think Northwest is doing that is catching them off guard is.
And here is Zedeker for three, as you were speaking, up and good. And Dowling with a 3-2 lead.
They're switching the top post pick. Northwest is doing. So they're not doing the one-on-one getting around. They're switching everything up top, and that has something that Dowling has not seen a lot of this year.
3-2, Dowling over Waukee Northwest as we're just about halfway through the first quarter in this girls Class 5A regional final. The winner punches their ticket to the girls state basketball tournament, which begins next Monday. And in Class 5A, they have the first 4 games beginning at 10 o'clock on Monday. Wolves being very patient against Dowling's man-to-man defense. A lot of exterior passing, Jimmy. We haven't seen too much interior stuff. Now they lob it inside. We got a push-off foul called on Waukee Northwest. Weirs with the push-off. Good defense that time by the Maroons. Was that
Gipple? Great
okay.
job by Gipple. Holding her block, and Weirs was holding Gipple to try to get the inbound pass and drew the foul.
Yeah, the push-off foul is the lob inside went to the left block and it went a little deeper than she wanted. And she had to push off and offensive foul. And now traveling on Dowling. So both teams with turnovers here. 3:37 left to go. First quarter, 3-2. Dowling leading Waukee Northwest here in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo tonight. Brady Quinn, our studio producer. I want to thank our supporters along the way. Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. Wolves in the front court. Dowling stays man-to-man. Being very patient here. There's a pass handled nicely by Vandekroll. She dribbles in the lane, cut off by Zedeker. Now she tries to pass it and does. Hands off to Bartholomew underneath. The shot's blocked. Blocked by Gipple. Fight for the rebound. Here's Zedeker. 2-on-1. Lead pass to Tritton. Back to Zedeker. Zedeker dribble drives the lane and a shot up and short. And the rebound, Waukee. Maroons had a great opportunity there. And Waukee comes away with it, rebounded by Moss.
Great look, great decisions. Just couldn't get the runner to go down. But Dowling passed up some really tough shots to get a better shot. It just didn't go.
Corner three, it's no good by Abigail Jones. Ball tipped out of bounds, and now the referees say it's Waukee Northwest basketball tipped out of bounds. Good job by our officials, Chris Lynch, Tyler Wellendorf, and LaWayne Rogers, our three-person officiating crew. Congratulations to them for getting the regional final. We haven't seen a sub yet, Jimmy. We've almost played 6 minutes of basketball.
I think the one thing is just trying to get their feet under there right now. It's such a hard a game right now.
Here's Weirs for three. It's no good. Long rebound, and a shot in the lane is blocked. Blocked by Dowling, and Frericks with the block. Dowling with the basketball. Frericks with it, coming off a ball screen, goes down the lane and draws the foul. With 2:18 remaining, Dowling 3 and Waukee Northwest 2, and a whistle and a foul.
So Waukee's definitely covering the kick-out corner threes, as Dowling's accustomed to doing. The nice thing defensively for the Maroons is Gippel's able to sit in the lane because Weirs is not much of a three-point shooter.
And she baited her to shoot the three, and she did. But the long rebound came out to Waukee, and they were unable to take advantage. Now whistling a foul on Waukee Northwest. This will be on Sadie Moss. That'll be her second. So 3 team fouls. Check that, 4 team fouls on Northwest. And Gipple to the line for the Maroons. Emma's first free throw, good. Both teams trying to advance to the girls' state basketball tournament. Cameron Weirs back in for Northwest. Sadie Moss will check out.
Heller comes in for Trenton.
And the second free throw by Gipple is no good. Rebound Waukee Northwest. And the Wolves bring the ball in the front court. Here's Jones with it.
Jones is somebody you got to definitely cover the three. She is their three-point shooter.
And Waukee Northwest using their flex cut. They went a little flex offense there. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling.
I think the foul's going to go against Julia Moore once they get the numbers right.
4-2, Dowling with the lead on the free throw. And the Wolves will throw it in.
Oh, yeah.
Now we got an illegal screen again on Waukee Northwest.
It's a great call. It's a great call by the officials as Bartholomew tried to take an extra step on the pick and got caught moving during the pick situation.
Megan Lawn's in the lineup for Waukee Northwest, 5'8" junior, averaging 4 points. As the Wolves start their rotation. Minute 44 remaining, first quarter, 4-2, and now we got an illegal screen on Dowling. And that'll be on Frericks. Lauren picks up the foul. That's her first foul, team second. So Dowling with 2 team fouls and the Wolves with 5.
Such an aggressive game, and just the tension, you can feel it right now. And everybody's just trying to get that upper hand. And great defense so far by both teams.
I left room for overtime on my score sheet, just an FYI, Coach. Now the Wolves working inside. Bartholomew draws the fall on a double team. And this one will be on Emma Gipple, her first. So Moore, Gipple, and Frericks are the foul each for Dowling. And this will be a shooting foul for Reagan Bartholomew, who will play softball next year at the University of Miami of Ohio. Free throw up and good. Reagan, a 66% free throw shooter, makes the first. 4-3. Dowling with a 1-point lead over Waukee Northwest. Second one is up and rolls through. She has all 4 of Waukee Northwest points. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. Dowling with the basketball. We're tied at 4. Zedeker has the ball poked away, and it's off of Abigail Jones. It'll be Dowling basketball. Every possession counts. Turnovers are going to be critical. We can all go back to that towards the end of the game, Jimmy.
Yeah, certainly. It's how Dowling's going to handle the man-on-man situation.
And now there's another one. Gipple's pass to Heller, stolen away by Bartholomew. Her layup is up and no good. Reagan missed the open layup. Fight for the rebound, slapped around. Now Bartholomew in the corner for 3. It's no good. And a rebound, Dowling and Zedeker.
What a fortunate possession there for Dowling, because wide open layup by Bartholomew, something that she probably misses never on 10 shots, and she does that time.
And now Marr for 3. It's no good, and we got a loose ball foul on Julia. She picked up her second foul, and we'll see the Dowling bench get back into action.
Not really the foul you'd like to see if you're Coach Danner and Myers. You know, Julia is following her shot, as you teach every shooter to follow your shot, but the rebound goes right to the girl that was blocking her out and tried to force something that wasn't even there and picked up her second foul.
Well, Heller came in for Tritton, so Tritton returns to the Dowling lineup. So it'll be 4 starters plus Marin Heller in the Dowling lineup with Moore on the bench with 2 fouls. 35 seconds remaining first quarter. We're tied at 4, Dowling and Waukee Northwest here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. The winner moves on to the Girls State Basketball Tournament, Class 5A. They start off the tournament Monday, February 28th. That's this coming Monday, and they have the 10 o'clock games all the way to the 3 o'clock games. So not sure what time frame either of these teams will play, as this is one of 3 games being played in 5A tonight. The other 5 games have been postponed to tomorrow due to the ice storm today. And now the Wolves working underneath, and the ball tipped out of bounds. Pass intended for Weirs, but poked out of bounds by Dowling.
It's such an advantage to have Emma Gipple just be able to stand in the middle of the lane while her girl Weirs is out around the perimeter. Doesn't need to guard her. So any dribble drive has to go through Emma Gipple, who's standing in the lane.
And you see why. Weirs is just 1 for 4 from three-point range. 2 seconds left, and the shot won't count as the ball was aired by Weirs at the free throw line. They'll wave it off. We've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym. Our score, Dowling 4, Waukee Northwest 4. And you're listening to coverage of the Class 5A Girls Regional Final from the Dowling Gym tonight. Dowling and Waukee Northwest tied at 4, back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. I don't believe in hell. A loving God wouldn't send anybody to such a place. You're right. A loving God wouldn't do that. But he's not going to force anyone to go to heaven either. If you dislike a certain relative and they knew it, is it loving of them to be around every chance they got? No. If they really loved you, they'd let you decide if you wanted to be around them or not. It's the same thing with God. He loves us, but won't force us to love him back. Because true love can't be forced. God gives us our lives on earth as a way to choose if we want to love him and spend eternity with him in heaven, or if we want to reject him and live apart from him in hell. So how do we know how to love God? Pray for guidance and grace, follow the commandments in the church, seek the truth, and let it lead you right to heaven. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway in the second quarter. Dowling with the first possession. A shot in the lane, no good. Rebound, Waukee Northwest. As they pulled out of the corner, and now Maroons with a little pressure in the backcourt. And now the Wolves dribble across the timeline.
Heller had a great look, dribble drive, layup to the right side, and just a little bit strong on it.
Tied at 4 as we're underway. Low-scoring game here in the Class 5A Regional. Backdoor cut by the Wolves. And a shot no good by Bartholomew, but she drew the foul, and a nice pass from Josie Vanderkroll, the 5'8 sophomore, playing the point. And it'll be on Emma Gipple, her second foul. So Gipple and Moore both with 2 fouls each.
Zedeker got caught on the back door. Strong cut by Bartholomew, and Emma coming over to get help. You know, I added some contact there and picked up her second, which she'll go to the bench.
The score is now 6-4, Waukee Northwest leading Dowling Catholic. And the second free throw coming for Reagan Bartholomew, and it's good. She has 6 points. 4 for 4 at the free throw line and 1 field goal for Bartholomew. 7-4 is our score. Waukee Northwest with the lead. Dowling with the basketball. Zedeker in the front court. It's Zedeker, Frericks, Ellie Olson in the lineup for Dowling, number 41, a 5'9 freshman playing the post. Now to Zedeker for 3. Up, good. Left corner 3 for Ava Zedeker. That's her second of the night.
She's going to have to hit some shots, especially with your 2 leaders sitting on the bench with 2 fouls in Moore and in Gipple. Zedeker's certainly going to have to be somebody who can take over the game.
Zedeker has 6 of Dowling's 7 points, and the Wolves working underneath, and a shot up and good with the left hand.
Abigail Jones.
By Abby Jones. That's her first basket of the night. She comes in averaging 9 points a contest. Wolves take the lead 8-7. We're back and forth here at the Dowling Gym. Neither team has had more than a 1 or 2 point lead. Zedeker with it, gets in the corner. Frericks for three, no good. And the rebound out of bounds to Dowling. Out of bounds to Waukee Northwest, excuse me. As Frericks three.
Strong on the shots. And Ellie Olsen's going to have to pick it up, being that inside presence on the rebounds. But the ball went a little too long and knocked out on her try for a put-up.
Into the Northwest lineup, Addison Steffi, a 6-foot junior. She wears number 12. Wolves with the basketball against Dowling's man-to-man. A lot of screening and back cutting. Now the Wolves with it. Here's Vanderkroll with it. Guarded by Frericks.
It's going to be interesting watching Zedeker and Bartholomew going at it. Zedeker is going to have to spend a lot of energy guarding Bartholomew, a much stronger girl.
5:40 remaining, second quarter. 8-7's our score. Waukee Northwest with the lead. And Vanderkroll gets it over in the corner to Bartholomew. Dowling coach thought maybe an extra step. You can't call that a Euro step.
I think she got away with an extra step there. And officiating's been great, though, tonight, and missed one there.
Solid job. Chris Lynch, Tyler Wellendorf, and LaWayne Rogers. And now Chris Guest wants a 30-second timeout right in the middle of his offense. He would have had a shot clock violation, right, I would think.
But, it's such a typical coached game by Coach Guest. If you 4-4 in the first quarter, I mean, he's thriving that he thinks he's kept it down to 4. So, you're going to get a great coach team tonight, Coach Meyer, against this Northwest team.
Reminder, Friday night will be in Council Bluffs as the Dowling boys team travels to Council Bluffs for a boys sub-state semifinal. They'll take on the 8th Council Bluffs Lincoln Lynx. Their record's 15-5 rather. Dowling's record 8-14, so we'll be on the air Friday night. 6:45 in Council Bluffs.
That's an interesting matchup. Maroons are playing well as of late, and Council Bluffs lost their best player,
Josh Dix,
several weeks ago, and so they got a chance.
And here, pretty good crowd for a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Well, it was a snow day, but it was actually ice storm day, and nobody went to school. Most of us went to work. Now a steal by Zedeker's Waukee out of their timeout to try to get a set play, and Zedeker with the steal. On the baseline, Tritton, her shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Waukee Northwest. Jones will pick up the foul. What a move by Tritton.
What a hard dribble drive by Tritton. Just a freshman taking the ball baseline and having enough strength and control to be able to lay it up against the board and draw the foul for an and one.
Layla had just a little seam from the baseline to where her defender was, and she took advantage of it. She was the aggressor and
very quick.
That first step. All right. Substitutions now. Waukee, Vanderkroll back in the lineup. And the free throw, good. Tritton completes the three-point play. Layla with her first 3 points of the night. And Dowling with the lead, 10-8 over Waukee Northwest here in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Embadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Here in the second quarter, under 5 minutes to play. Wolves now have Neray Barnes in the lineup. Neray, a 5'6" junior, throws it away. Stolen away by Tritton. Layup is up and good. Back-to-back plays by the freshman Layla Tritton. How about that Mr. Cataldo?
The quickness I've not seen out of Layla this year, but showing some quickness on the fast break after the steal and converting to put the Maroons up 12-8.
Well, it's not what you do in the first few weeks of the season. It's what you do on what be the 24th game for Dowling and the 23rd game for Waukee Northwest. That's what counts.
Well, who's stepping up when your two leaders are on the bench in Moore and Gipple, and you're seeing Zedeker stepping up. You're seeing Tritton step up right now.
Now, Weirs had the ball all by herself, top of the key, and Ellie Olsen, who's guarding her, let her be there. And now we got a timeout called by Waukee Northwest. Coach Guest wants to talk it over. This will be a 30-second timeout, thanks to LaWayne Rogers, our official. 12-8 Dowling. Maroons with a 4-point lead, their largest of the night. And Waukee Northwest, again, Jimmy, a timeout right in the middle of their offensive possession.
Waukee's just finding some challenges up at the top of the key right now, dribbling around. It's interesting that they're getting a late 5-second start violation call, and you see that it's going well past 5 seconds, but the Maroons are playing great defense well beyond the three-point arc, which that's what they got to do. Challenge everything they have right now, and the Maroons are doing a good job at that.
Coach Danner hasn't shared that scouting report, I think, since the last time we played Waukee Northwest, but I bet in it says, let Weirs stand outside the three-point line, and you stay in and help, and that's what Ellie Olsen's doing now with Emma Gipple on the bench with 2 fouls.
They brought Moore back in for Heller. Moore with 2 fouls.
Now a backdoor cut, a layup good. Nice read that time, and they got Weirs down where she belongs on that left block, and she scores with the left hand. 12-10 Dowling. Maroons on the offensive end. Zedeker for 3 in the corner. It's in and out, no good, and rebound Waukee Northwest. Bodies hit the floor. And Waukee dribbles it up. Here's Bartholomew with it. Now a long 3 by Lawn's no good. That might not be the shot Coach Guest wants, but the ball out of bounds off Zedeker as she was unable to handle the bounce off the rim.
The ball came off hard off the rim.
It did.
Zedeker just wasn't quite ready for it and got a finger on it and the ball went out.
All right, the Wolves with it, top of the key. This is Bartholomew, guarded by Julia Moore, playing with 2 fouls. 3:20 left, second quarter. 12-10's our score. Dowling with the lead over Waukee Northwest. Now we got a whistle and 3 seconds in the lane on the Wolves. And let's see which one that is.
I think that's 3 seconds on Weirs.
Oh, Weirs
is trying to post up and try to take advantage of her strength and size against the younger Dowling post players, where it worked the last possession. This one she got caught asking for the ball a little bit too long.
Well, both as Emma Gipple checks in for Ellie Olsen, so the Maroons going back to their starting 5, and 2 of them playing with 4 fouls. This isn't Fran McCaffrey coaching.
You just got to be smart.
You got to be smart.
But, listen, you got to play like there is no tomorrow, so you're going to play with everybody.
A backdoor cut and a pass to Trenton, good. And I'll tell you what, Emma Gipple, you can see why she's back in. That was a laser from the right top of the key.
Just a great look by Emma Gipple, and Gipple's sitting at when you look at her assists on the year.
Leads the team.
And then that's what she brings. A lot of people who want to give help.
Trenton with 7 points tonight, all in the second quarter for Dowling. The Maroons up 4, 14-10. Now the Wolves throw it away. They lob it inside, and Sadie Moss couldn't catch up with the pass. It goes out of bounds. Dowling basketball.
Turnover number 7 for Waukee Northwest in this first half with 2:30 left to go.
What's Dowling have for turnovers, Jimmy?
Dowling's just sitting on 3.
Well played. Maroons come in averaging just under 14 turnovers a game. Waukee Northwest averages 13 turnovers a game. So both teams low scoring, good defense. Here's Trenton dribbling into a double team. Leaves it for Moore. She'll fake the 3, dribble drive in the lane. Layup up, no good. Rebound, Emma Gipple, offensive board. Out to Zedeker in the lane. Her shot blocked. Blocked in the lane, but tipped around and retrieved by Waukee Northwest. Nice play by the Wolves.
Just tremendous play, but Gipple kept the ball alive. Offensive rebound, and that's what she gives you.
All right, here's Jones with it. Tries to lob it inside to Moss and threw it too hard. Out of bounds. Another turnover for Northwest.
You can feel the pregame jitters have gone away from the Maroons. They're playing with a lot more intensity on defense, but give credit to Northwest right now. I think they're playing with a much better effort and attitude than they did back in January.
Dowling's outscored Waukee Northwest 8-6 here in the second quarter. Maroons up by 4. Minute 35. Here's Moore on the baseline. Her shot off the glass. Off the mark, no good. And a rebound as she followed her shot. Rebound out to Northwest.
A little bit of a force by Julia, but she's trying to create something with her dribble drive, but finding herself on the right side of the basket.
Now here's Northwest with it. Jones in the right block. Can't get a shot off. Not going to get it for the travel. Before the shot, Megan Lawns, little bunny hop.
Little hot pre-hop step to get her feet set.
And if I recall, going back a month ago, Waukee Northwest saw that in Zedeker, and that wiped out a couple of shots because Coach Guest planted that seed with the officials. Well, now, turnabout's fair play, but in the tournament.
That is right.
Remember the bunny hop? I still have it. I'm pushing 60, but I still have it. Cataldo.
You start regurgitating what happened in the 80s, then I'll give you a look.
That's next. That'll be halftime. Here's Heller back in the lineup with a minute to play. Dowling playing with both point guards. As Marin Heller and Ava Zedeker with 50 seconds remaining. Heller in the corner for 3. Up good! You put the second point guard in, and she drains it from the right corner. Her first 3 of the night, Marin Heller.
Right side corner by Marin Heller. It's her favorite spot on the court. And Waukee Northwest got caught, helped defense, leaving her wide open, and she drains it.
7-point lead for Dowling, 30 seconds remaining in the half. This is the Maroons' largest lead of the night. Waukee's largest lead was 2. Now a backdoor cut and slapped out of bounds by Zedeker. She may have been able to let that go because Bartholomew was in a crowd with that backdoor pass. They've used some flex cuts here, and the Maroons have done a great job in the scouting report of denying that.
You're watching Coach Danner literally call the play before it actually happens, and he talked about how much film he watches in preparation for these games.
Now in the lane, a little runner is no good by Vanderkroll. Rebound Dowling. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Zedeker in the front court. 5 seconds left. Ava's going to have to create an offensive foul on Zedeker as bodies hit the floor. And a great job by Vanderkroll drawing the charge on Zedeker with 1 second remaining in the half.
It's only her first foul of the game, but certainly Ava's looking to create something. She probably had the better open jump shot from about 10 to 15, but decided to take it hard to the basket and drew the charge.
One extra dribble is what caused that. Now a half-court shot by Bartholomew is no good, and we go to halftime with Dowling Catholic enjoying its largest lead, 17-10 over Waukee Northwest here at the Dowling Gym. And Jimmy, what a game it's been. You're going to have some of the numbers with turnovers. That's a big key. Rebounding's a big key, but foul trouble. Waukee Northwest, Sadie Moss picked up 2 fouls. Dowling had Emma Gipple and Julia Moore both with 2 fouls each, but they both finished out the half.
I think one thing that is so noticeable watching this first half has been the intensity of both teams' defenses. Both sides of the court are doing great. Waukee Northwest with the switching of the picks up at the top of the key really caused Dowling some issues. They've talked about that. They've made their adjustments. And then Dowling being able to leave somebody like Emma Gipple down low for any type of dribble drive, forcing Waukee Northwest to shoot their three-point shots, which they only really have 2 decent three-point shooters right now, and only one of them has shot 1. So Dowling's doing what they want to do, but again, you said it earlier, you better keep your stat sheet open because this could come down the last few possessions in the fourth quarter.
All right, we're at halftime here at the Dowling Catholic Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale, and our halftime score is Dowling Catholic 17, Waukee Northwest 10. In this girls Class 5A regional final, the winner moves on to the girls state basketball tournament. And in Class 5A, that begins this Monday, February 28th. The winner advance play in the morning or early afternoon session. And I want to thank Brady Grimm. He is our studio producer. We'll take a 2-minute break, Brady, if you don't mind. 2-minute break as Jimmy and I will total up the first half statistics. Again, our halftime score, Dowling 17, Waukee Northwest 10 here at halftime from the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Not a bad crowd for a Tuesday night. The winner of this girls 5A regional final heads to the state tournament next week. And we've got a pretty good crowd representing Waukee Northwest, who sits amongst us here on the visitor side here at Dowling. And Dowling fans starting to show up. Not a bad crowd. And members of the basketball team and some football members, well, they're all multiple sport athletes, as you preach, Coach Cataldo. So
right.
A lot of them are here. But the boys basketball team for Dowling, they'll be on the road this Friday night. We'll be with them. Dowling at Council Bluffs, Lincoln. They're ranked 8th in Class 4A, and they got the first round bye. And Dowling winning last night over North, so the Maroons will travel down I-80. And Steve DeVinny and I will bring you the game Friday night here on Iowa Catholic Radio at 7 o'clock with the tip-off. And look forward to that. There'll be a packed and hungry house over there. It'll be Raunch's crowd.
Similar game last year. Didn't Dowling go to Council Bluffs?
We did. We had no fans.
Had no fans.
We had parents there. Matter of fact, got to talk to the Lynch's at halftime.
That's right.
Andrew Lynch's folks.
Yes.
His mom works in the office here, and got to talk to them. And yeah, they weren't anybody but parents, and I wasn't one, so they let me in anyway. But it'll be a different environment. They'll let fans in, and it'll be a great crowd. Hopefully, I know there'll be a bus going over of Dowling students. I talked to Coach Wilson beforehand, so hope everybody shows up, and maybe they can knock on their neighbor's door. Lewis Central fans really supported Dowling when they were over there in the postseason a couple years ago. That's when I lost my voice and Swaim had to finish.
Yeah.
They filled that place.
Because
You're next.
It would have been dead air. But,
I'm good. I think I'm good.
No, I think Council Bluffs is certainly going to show up for that game. That town really gets around Abe Lincoln's basketball team. But you said it best that Lewis Central and Dowling really get together. Some commonalities there, and the support both ways.
No question about it. We're at halftime once again. Dowling leading Waukee Northwest 17-10. Low scoring first quarter, Jimmy. It was 4-all, but Dowling went on a 13-6 run in that second quarter to take the lead at halftime. What do you have for some numbers?
So Waukee Northwest in the first half, 3 of 7 from the field for 42%, 0 of 5 from the three-point arc. So Dowling's doing what they want to do is give them the three-point shots and see if they can knock down. So far they have not. I have Northwest with 8 total rebounds, but 9 turnovers. We talked about this game coming down to turnovers, and right now Dowling certainly winning that battle. Waukee having 9 turnovers, and Dowling just sitting on 3. But for Dowling, shooting in the first half, 3 of 9 from the field for 33%. They shot 3 of 6 from the three-point arc for 50%, 5 total rebounds, and as I said, 3 turnovers. And you said it in the first half. Trenton really came on and gave the Maroons a big boost with some more quickness, baseline drive, and then a steal. Heller hitting a big 3 in the corner, and then Zedeker knocking down a 3, and then being able to take the ball to the basket and hitting her runner has been the offensive of output for the Maroons in the first half.
Let's take a look at the scoring in the first half for the visitors from Waukee Northwest. Again, their record's 14-8. They're ranked 15th in Class 5A. And they come in winning 4 of their last 6 games. And the Wolves at halftime, they're led by Reagan Bartholomew, their leading scorer, averaging 17 a game. She has 6 points time. And then 2 points each for Abigail Jones and for Cameron Weirs. Josie Vanderkroll, one of the starters, did not score in the first half. And neither did Sadie Moss. Moss battled foul trouble. She had 2 fouls in the first half. The Wolves were 4 for 4 at the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons had 4 players score in the first half, and as Jimmy mentioned, led by Layla Tritton, 7 points, 3 field goals and a free throw to complete an and 1 earlier in the second quarter. So she leads Dowling with 7 points, 6 points for Ava Zedeker. Off the bench, Marin Heller with 3 points, and then Emma Gipple with 1 point. Julia Moore did not score in the first half, sat on the bench much of the time with 2 fouls, and Lauren Frericks didn't score for the Maroons in the first half. Dowling went 2 of 3 at the line in the first half. So what do you think here? Adjustments for the second half. 2 coaches that know what it's like to be down at Wells Fargo Arena, know what it's like to be in the postseason, battling off for one spot. What do you think,
Well,
Jimmy?
Right now I think the person that can beat you tonight is Bartholomew. So having a game plan for her, keeping Julia Moore, who's playing really good defense against Bartholomew, keeping her out of foul trouble here in the second half, but having an answer. And Zedeker was there to pick up the slack when Moore had to go to the bench. But again, you got to hit your shots. Some of these shots are not great selections, so take the ball to the basket and continue to try to convert. And if you're Waukee Northwest, you got to play the game into the fourth quarter. Try to push this game into the fourth quarter. Get Bartholomew hot. If Abigail Jones can hit some threes, they can certainly stay in this game and keep this down to a final possession or two. Coach
Joe Stopulus from West Des Moines Valley. His team is off tonight. They rescheduled their game against Iowa City West for tomorrow night. One of some coaches, we probably don't see them all, that is here. We're going to take a break and come back. Our halftime score, Dowling leading Waukee Northwest 17-10, girls 5A regional final. And we'll start the second half after this 1-minute break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Are you born again? Is faith alone enough? Get answers to these and other crucial questions as Iowa Catholic Radio presents Catholic convert and apologist Steve Ray with his compelling talk, Born Again? Faith Alone? What Must I Do to Be Saved? Thursday, April 7th at St. Francis of Assisi in West Des Moines. Steve takes you on a biblical journey all the way back to Abraham. Don't miss Steve Ray. Thursday, April 7th, 6 p.m. St. Francis of Assisi Parish. Visit iowacatholicradio.com to register.
Hey, welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Underway here in the second half. Waukee Northwest with the basketball and an illegal screen set by Reagan Bartholomew. She causes the first turnover of the second half, and that's her second foul. Dowling leading 17-10. The Maroons now with the ball towards the north basket. In the lane, Julia Moore shot no good. Gets her own rebound and saves it to Zedeker. Now back to Moore. A head fake and a pull-up jumper up and short. And the rebound, Gipple, and the Maroons with two opportunities there and finally get it to go through. Emma Gipple with her first field goal of the night, now has 3 points.
Gipple used her body so well to get that weak side rebound and really blocked out her girl Weir's easy rebound and easy put up.
All right, Waukee Northwest trailing by 9, their largest deficit of the night. In the lane, a shot up and no good. Follow-up shot is up and good. That's Sadie Moss with her first basket of the night. And they need her to get started for the Wolves to stay in this ball game. All right, Dowling with the ball. Underneath Julia Moore, and a little underhand pass to Gipple, and she couldn't handle it. And the turnover now back to Waukee Northwest. Vanderkool for three, and it's good. There's another one that was scoreless in the first half, and she hits the first three for the Wolves, and it's 19-15 Dowling.
Dowling got caught in the transition defense, not picking up the three-point shooter, leaving Vanderkool's wide open, and that time no bunny step. Set her feet and knocked down the three.
5-0 run to start the third quarter by Waukee Northwest, and that includes a turnover earlier by Bartholomew. Now here's Tritton for three in the corner, and it's good. Layla Tritton having the game of her life. She's got 10 points in the contest.
Tritton's coming up big in that right corner shot, but give it to Julia Moore, who took the ball hard to the basket and found her on the kick-out pass, but Tritton knocking it down.
22-15 Dowling, 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter from the Dowling Gym. Place is packed tonight. Now here's Bartholomew, and her pass is blocked and knocked away. Second turnover for Bartholomew, a rare errors by her to start the third quarter. She's had two turnovers here in the first 2 minutes.
You got to give the defense there to Julia Moore. She actually blocked the shot as she went up and got all ball there.
There's Zedeker over to Tritton again. Left corner three. It's good.
Frericks.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lauren Frericks. And that was a diagonal pass from the free throw line. And I'll tell you what, that basket is looking big for the Maroons.
Those shots weren't there in the first half as Waukee stayed out on the kick-out shots. This time they're coming in for help defense. The Maroons finding the open girl, and the girl's knocking them down.
And now off the glass, a shot too strong, no good by Vanderkool. Ball on the floor and picked up by Gipple. One thing Waukee Northwest is doing, Jim, they're taking away the paint. They're trying to keep the ball away from Gipple, and the corners are open. And you mentioned Frericks and Tritton open for threes. Now they converge, and they take away the wings. Coach Guest changed his defense a little bit. 25-15, Dowling's lead is 10, their largest of the night. Here is Moore trying to back inside, reverse pass, and it's knocked out of bounds. And they're going to give it to Dowling as Tritton right in front of us.
Julia's getting caught trying to go on one-on-one, and her strength is certainly there, but the quickness is not quite getting the lane. So it just would be better Julia finding just a couple steps and then looking for the kick out, trying to muscle it in.
A backdoor cut, and here's Gipple with the shot. It's no good, and she draws the foul. That'll be on Megan Lawns, who checked in for the Wolves. That'll be Megan's first foul, and this first team foul, check that, second team foul the second half on Waukee Northwest. Bartholomew had the other foul in the half. Free throw no good by Emma Gipple. Emma tonight 1 for 3 at the line. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Dental Associates. Second free throw is good by Gipple. Emma with 4 points tonight, 2 for 4 at the line, and 1 field goal. 26-15, Dowling by 11. Bruins with their largest lead of the night over Waukee Northwest. Wolves with it in the front court. This is Jesse Vanderkool coming off a ball screen, and now is stopped at the left elbow. Wolves work a three-person game on the right side. Now they work left. This is Lawns with it. And now stepping up, a shot from the right elbow. It's no good by Cameron Weirs. They're going to give that shot up.
Yes, it's Dowling cracked the code with that.
And now Dowling in transition. Zedeker for 3, it's no good. And the rebound comes out to Bartholomew. Outlet pass to Vanderkroll. Now in transition, a 3 by Lawns, up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Emma Gipple. So the Wolves had an opportunity. They settled for a transition shot attempt, which didn't fall. Maroons lead by 11, 3:40 left to go, third quarter. Don't get in the way of that Reister guy in front of you from TV8.
Right.
He didn't come out and shoot any of your JV games this year, so I wouldn't.
It's funny how they don't even bring the camera anymore. It's all phone.
It's all phone. Phones are good cameras. There's a shot in the lane, no good by Dowling. Too strong, and the rebound comes out to Bartholomew. She dribbles down court. Long 3, no good. Rebound Gipple. And the shooting percentages are going down for Waukee Northwest.
They're starting to settle for quick shots and
settle indeed.
And they're just not there early.
This will be a 1-minute break. We'll take it with them with the score. Dowling Catholic 26, Waukee Northwest 15. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale from the Dowling Gym. We'll return in a minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling leading 26-15 over Waukee Northwest with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and all of a sudden a 1-2-2 zone by Waukee Northwest. Let's see how this works.
Well, the trap is the biggest thing up the top of the key. Once you get it past the trap, then you can attack.
And first thing you think of, the Ankeny game. Now a backdoor cut and a shot off the glass. Good by Lauren Frerichs. Tremendous pass
high post,
in the middle of the zone.
High post entrance, and then the hard cut baseline by Frerichs. And Gipple finds her on the baseline.
Frerichs with 5 points, all in the third quarter. That's 28-15. Dowling's lead has grown to 13 points with 2:20 left in the third quarter. Again, these two teams met back on Tuesday, January 18th, and Dowling winning 47-30 in a non-division game. And now Bartholomew underneath. Her shot up, goes straight in the air, and out of bounds to Dowling. Bartholomew trying to get loose, trying to make something happen, and just overdid it that time.
Well, the one thing you're not going to do is you're not going to muscle Julia as a dribble drive, and that's what she's trying to do. And Julia's matching her strength, and you got to give it to Julia's defense.
Now Zedeker being pressed in the backcourt, gets it to Moore, and she gets it across the timeline. We'll see if Waukee Northwest matches up man this time. So the 1-2-2 zone, Jimmy was a one-time look out of a timeout. 28-15 Dowling, minute 50 remaining. Third quarter from the Dowling gym. Packed house here in the lower bleachers of the Maroons. They have not opened the upper bleachers tonight. Zedeker with the top of the key, gets the Gipple. Inside pivot, power dribble across the lane. It's tipped out of bounds on the pass by Bartholomew. Getting in that passing lane is Bartholomew.
The great thing about Emma Gipple is that if she gets the ball early, she's going to look for a shot. If it's not there, she's not going to force it. She's going to try to find somebody who's open out on the corners or in the wing, and that's what she was doing. Well,
Emma is undersized in the post. She's at 5'10", and she's going against 5'11" and 6 foot tonight against Waukee Northwest. And they bring it off and now a good first step. Gipple underneath, and her shot's no good, but she had two players defend her, and one of them got the foul, and that will be on Cameron Weirs, her second foul for Waukee Northwest. 2 free throws coming for Emma Gipple, who has struggled tonight at the line. She's just 2 for 4, struggling for her at the line, rather. Minute 27 remaining. Free throw good.
Gipple a 65% shooter on the year, so she's sitting around her percentage tonight.
29-15 Dowling. Maroons by 14, make it 15. As both free throws are good. Largest lead for Dowling is right now, and Gipple with 5 of her 6 points here in the third quarter. It's 30-15. Dowling has doubled the score against Northwest. Wolves have it in the front court. Dribbling left is Bartholomew, and her shot up and no good. Drew the foul, and Moore will pick up her third. So Julia got caught with her hands in the cookie jar, or at least along the wrists of Reagan Bartholomew.
Julia doesn't think that she got any contact on that, but it certainly looked like that she may have got part of the elbow of Bartholomew on the shot, and probably like Heller will be coming in for more at the break here.
And Bartholomew's free throw is good. Reagan tonight with 7 points. She's perfect from the line, 5 for 5. And if her mom and dad are listening, I hear them in softball. It's not the announcer's jinx. I got to be careful when I go over to Waukee Northwest. See, she made the second free throw.
Right.
No announcer's jinx. Great family in the Waukee area.
Looks to be the trap zone or trap full court press. Waukee Northwest putting on.
That's a 1-2-2 trap, and the Maroons get it across. Very well done. Here's Zedeker with it. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Dowling 30 and Waukee Northwest 17 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Wolves back to man-to-man. Here's Heller with it. It's Heller, Tritton, Zedeker to 3 guards with Gipple and Frericks in the posts.
Waukee's going back to switching the top of the key picks.
Now Zedeker just trying to find a seam, does it? Leaves it for Heller. Heller, step back, can't get the shot off. Now leaves it for Frericks. She dribble drives in the baseline. Underneath the Gipple, her layup is no good. Too strong off the glass, and a reaching foul. Frericks. A good job by Waukee. They rotated their defense nicely, especially when they forced Gipple with a quick shot.
Well, it's a great look by Frericks. She goes hard to the basket from the baseline, and Waukee Northwest setting up for the charge, finds Gipple underneath, and just on an easy layup, and Gipple, one of the rare times she does not convert.
25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dowling 30, Waukee Northwest 17. The winner moves on to the Girls State basketball tournament. There'll be 3 teams advancing tonight to Girls State in 5A. The other 5 games played tomorrow due to the ice storm here in Iowa. Now underneath, a turnaround shot, no good. I don't think she knew, Sadie Moss didn't know how wide open she was. 4 seconds left. Zedeker all the way down the lane, and she has the ball tipped out of bounds. And they're not going to put any more time on the clock. So the quarter ends with the Maroons leading 30-17 over Waukee Northwest. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Hamadale. We'll take a break. The fourth quarter is 1 minute away, so stay tuned. Dowling 30 and Waukee Northwest 17 here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Golden Rule Heating and Cooling. Since 1999, Golden Rule Heating and Cooling has been supporting customers with their rules to live by: respect, understanding, loyalty, expertise, and service. GoldenRulePHC.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we're about ready to start the fourth quarter. Dowling will have the basketball first. Ava Zedeker throws it in to Heller, so it'll be Zedeker, Heller, Tritton, Frericks, and Gipple, the 5 on the floor for Dowling Catholic, leading 30-17. And now you're going to see Waukee increase the defensive presence. Here's Zedeker with it. Missed the open pass to Tritton, and now she throws it away. So the Maroons did not capitalize in their first possession.
Trapping Gipple up at the top of the key is probably a smart thing for Waukee, and just Marin Heller couldn't handle the pass. Coming off the baseline or sideline, goes out of bounds.
Dowling outscoring Waukee Northwest 13-7 in that third quarter, and now a long three, no good by the Wolves, and the rebound Dowling. Here's Heller, double teamed at half court. Nice little crossover down the lane, leaves it for Gipple, and the Maroons now just being patient on offense, leading 30-17. Team fouls, Waukee Northwest with 3, Dowling with 2, and I think that's why you're seeing the aggressive defense. If they get a steal, Waukee Northwest doesn't care. But if they get a foul, they really doesn't matter much. Now Heller in the lane, shot off the glass, up and good. She split the defenders that time. Jimmy for the score, that's her 5th point.
Certainly what I would love to see Dowling continue to do is continue to handle the pace of this game and attack the basket. It's way too early to pull the ball out with 7 minutes still to go in the game.
All right, Julia Moore will check in for Dowling Catholic. Sitting out will be Layla Tritton. Moore, who's battled foul trouble in the first half with 2 fouls and sat out, playing with 3 fouls now. 32-17 Dowling. Wolves inbound the ball. Here's Bartholomew. Works it inside. Moss spins in the lane. Shot off the glass too strong. No good. And the rebound Dowling and Moore. Out to Zedeker. Back to Moore. Waukee, even on missed shots, continues its press. Here's Heller with it. Now she's in the corner, double team. Now Moore splits the defenders out to Frericks.
Smart no shot by Frericks. She had an open 3, decided not to take it, not the right time. Continue to work for good shots, but continue to attack.
Abigail Jones with the foul. That's her 2nd. Abigail playing basketball next year down at William Jewell in Missouri.
I know her father so well, and such a good basketball family.
Alan Jones, a good
family.
club ball coach.
Yeah.
He coached your daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, Alan's a super guy.
Super.
I don't know why he let you be on the team, but that's another thing.
It's funny. Alan could be very boisterous, and all I told my daughters, you may not agree how he says, but everything he said was right.
Absolutely.
So I didn't say anything.
And it's hard. I remember Abigail when she's a freshman. Here she is, 6'2", and just blossomed in her senior year, averaging 9 points, 4.5 rebounds. Leads the team with 51 made threes. Does Abigail Jones, and in the mix with 44 steals. Dowling 32, Waukee Northwest 17, and now Heller with the basketball. Maroons kind of playing keep away. Corner 3 by Moore is no good. Rolls around and falls out. Rebound Bartholomew and Waukee Northwest. Wolves in the front court. And now a long 3, in and out, no good by Neray Barnes, and the rebound Dowling. Neray just checked in for that last dead ball.
Dowling has to find the shooters. Left a couple girls wide open there. Got lucky that the ball didn't go down.
Whistling a foul at half court. Moore is fouled, and that'll be on Neray Barnes, her first. Neray is a 5'6" junior. 5:50 remaining. Fourth quarter. Dowling 32. Waukee Northwest Wolves 17. Zedeker inbounds the ball right in front of us. And
Bartholomew face guarding Zedeker.
Yeah.
Not let her get the ball.
Now Zedeker, or rather Gipple, gets it over across half court and off the glass. Good by Heller. What a beautiful shot that is with the right touch.
Talented, just a floater at the right side of the basket. Kiss it off the backboard, nothing but net.
Here's Jones with it for Northwest to Barnes. Murray with it. Now picks up her dribble, guarded by Heller. Nearly a 5-second call. And release the ball just in time to Jones. Now they work the left side to Lawns. And they try to work it inside to Bartholomew. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling will be on Zedeker, and that'll be Ava's second.
Zedeker probably didn't need to go for that inbound pass when she had help behind her. But I don't think she knew. Just a lack of communication caught her there.
All right, Josie Vanderkroll, the 5'8 sophomore, will inbound the ball for Waukee Northwest. Gets it to Bartholomew on a head fake and a pull-up jumper good by Bartholomew.
Haven't seen much out of Bartholomew in the scoring box in the second half, but certainly if she can get hot, this game's far from being over.
And now Maroons get the ball in the front court and a whistle and a foul on Megan Lawns. That'll be her second. And it'll be team foul number 7 on Waukee Northwest, so 1-1 for Dowling Catholic.
The Maroons have struggled at the free throw line this year. Julia Moore just 46%. So certainly if this can be a free throw shooting game, they got to knock them down.
And Julia's first free throw is good. Julia, 46% free throw shooter on the year, leads the team with 48 steals coming into tonight. 35-20 Dowling. 5 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Second free throw is off the back iron, no good. And a rebound, Waukee Northwest and Sadie Moss. Now Bartholomew with it, dribbles in the front court, guarded by Zedeker. Gets in the corner to Barnes. Naray for three, it's no good.
Yeah.
And we got a whistle and a foul on Moore after the shot. So it's not going to be 3 free throws with the out-of-bounds Waukee Northwest, and Moore with her fourth foul.
Foul number 4 on Moore. It just got caught the momentum carrying her into Barnes on the follow-through, but well after she had released the ball.
Now substitution for Waukee Northwest. They're going to take Moss out and insert Abigail Jones into the lineup. They inbound the ball to Bartholomew. Under 5 minutes left. Bartholomew, top of the key for 3, no good. Rebound Tritton, had the ball slapped away, and Gipple has it. Now to Frericks. Dowling 2-on-2 in the offensive end. Down to Gipple. Emma with it. Can't get a shot off. Leaves it for Heller. Maroons will play catch in the perimeter.
Good decision by all 3 girls there. Gipple, Zedeker, and Heller didn't have a really good look and continued to throw the ball around.
35-20 Dowling. The clock is Dowling's enemy right now. Underneath, they handed it off to Gipple. Nifty pass that time.
I don't think Gipple was ready for it because she had a wide open shot as she looked at the basket. But Heller certainly is finding the open girls as they're cutting.
Vanderkroll picks up the foul as the Wolves now in foul mode, and Zedeker to the line for the front end of a 1-and-1. Ava with 6 points, all in the first half, and both on 3-point baskets. 4:18 remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling 35, Waukee Northwest 20. Zedeker's free throw, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
It's going to be big, and if they continue to hit their free throws, you certainly continue to keep this lead at bay.
Saw Ava last night, and I said, your mom put up a video as the second free throw is good. Zedeker with 8 points. I said, you're playing your younger brother, a backyard game. He said, yeah, he cheats. I said, did you beat him? He says, yeah. He might be your quarterback in the 7th or 8th grade.
Very talented family.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she said she beat him. I believe it. In the lane, here's Waukee Northwest. Shot by Vanderkroll, no good. But a putback up and good by Bartholomew. Reagan Bartholomew with her 5th point of the fourth quarter. 13 points in the contest. 37-22 is our score. We're under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
Dowling's getting caught sometimes getting the ball in the corner, and when they're not taking a shot, puts them at a disadvantage because then they get trapped. And so the Maroons got to be smart in the corner as the ball comes as an entry pass.
Yeah, that sideline is an extra defender, so you don't want to do that. Keep it in the middle. Here's Zedeker with it. She's being chased now. Gets to Frericks between the circles. Dowling just playing catch in the perimeter now. Trying to stay away from the sideline. I say that. And Tritton dribbles towards the sideline. And now a steal. Steal by Waukee. Here's Vanderkroll with it. Underneath her, shot up and no good, and a whistle and a foul on Heller. That'll be 2 shots coming. Had a good call by the official that time.
Ball was so close to going down and for an and one, but ball comes out. Just two free throw shot. A lot of disagreement in the stands, but I tell you, the officials have really called a really good game.
They have
for both sides.
Chris guessed that I can't believe we got that call because of what happened, but he did, and the free throw's good. That is Vanderkroll with her 4th point. Jimmy?
I think, with the Maroons sitting on 4 timeouts with 3.5 minutes to go, it'd be wise to think about just to get everybody on the same page. It looks like there'd be a little bit of panicking going on the last couple possessions.
Free throw's no good. The second one, rather, by Vanderkroll. She has 4 points. Rebound Dowling. Pressure in the backcourt. They're double teaming everything. Here's Heller. There's both Heller and Zedeker. Dowling's point guards are both in there.
Such a nice advantage to have somebody like Heller who can handle the ball like she does.
Gets it to Zedeker. Zedeker trying to split the defenders over to Heller. 3 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. Here's Zedeker with it. Now a backdoor pass underneath to Gipple, and her shot's no good, but she was fouled, and she'll go to the line as Addison Steffi with the foul.
Continue to attack, and certainly you've seen the girls give up good looks like that, but that time Gipple took the ball hard to the left side layup and got fouled.
That's the 18th foul. That should be the 19th foul on Northwest. First free throw no good by Gipple. It's not been her favorite place to be tonight. As she's 4 of 7 at the line. Second free throw coming. Good. Emma Gipple with 8 points. And it's 38-23, Dowling by 15 points over Waukee Northwest with just under 3 minutes left. And now in the corner, Lawns has it, and it was tipped away. And Emma Gipple's pleading her case. She says, I think it went off her hand after I hit it, but they'll give it to Waukee Northwest. There's Bartholomew, who's guarded by Zedeker most of this night. How about that matchup? Well, senior versus freshman.
Since Moore had to go out with 4 fouls.
And the ball is blocked. Bartholomew's 3 is blocked by Zedeker. Into the hands of Gipple, and she hands it off to Zedeker. Ava in the backcourt. 3 people chasing her, and a whistle and a foul, and they're going to get either Barnes or, Nerea Barnes with the foul. That's her second. 38-23 Dowling with 2:40 left here in the 4th quarter, and Ava Zedeker to the line. And, that's a 10th team foul.
81% shooter is Ava, and certainly girl you want at the line regardless of age, and has been knocking down her free throws all year, and first one's good.
First one is good. She has 9 points. Second one up good. 10 points for Zedeker. 6 points at halftime and 4 free throws in the 4th quarter for her 10 points. Maroons by 17, 40-23. This is Dowling's largest lead. Corner 3 by Barnes, no good. Rebound Dowling and Gipple. And the guards are guarded, so Gipple all the way down court, and her shot off the glass no good, and a blocking foul on Waukee Northwest. A late call, but the right call.
It looked like it was going to go one way or the other. It was either going to be a travel or a block, and a little bit late, but I think the right call was made in the block.
Bartholomew with her 4th foul, and Emma had to take the ball all the way down court because the guards were covered. Zedeker and Heller were covered by Waukee.
Bringing in Julia Moore, a little bit more of a ball handler, and certainly going to be able to defend the 3-point shot.
Yeah, you want your ball handlers out there, as Gipple's first free throw is good. Second one up and good. 5, 6, 8, 9 points for Emma Gipple. Bartholomew down the lane, her shot up and good. Uncontested layup for Bartholomew, and she has 15 points. Approaching the 2-minute mark, now a steal underneath on the inbounds pass, and a shot up and no good by Waukee Northwest, and a foul on Julia Moore, and she's just fouled out, Jimmy.
Well, it's a little bit of a lazy pass by Heller. Heller gets the inbounds pass, tries to get the ball back to Julia coming in after throwing it in, and just didn't throw it with enough speed, and forced Julia to save the ball and threw a foul.
First free throw is no good by Lawns, who's at the line, Megan Lawns, after that steal by Waukee Northwest. And the second free throw up and no good. Lawns missed them both. Looking for her first points. Rebound out of bounds. They say it went off to Dowling. So the Northwest basketball with 2:05 left in the 4th quarter. And Dowling by 17.
He's got to guard the 3-point shots. Certainly Jones is a 3-point shooter. Bartholomew is a 3-point shooter.
Those are the two. And Northwest with the basketball. Here's Vanderkroll with it. Gets in the corner. For 3 by Lawns. It's no good. Long rebound. Barnes tracks it down. And she steps on the sideline, out of bounds to Dowling. Full court pressure by Waukee Northwest. As Zedeker will throw it in.
Certainly you want Zedeker or Heller handling this ball at this time.
They give it to Heller. She has to track it down. Ball went off her knee, and the Maroons are going to play keep away. They have plenty of points. I think they just need to kill the clock. Let's see if this young team understands that, and they do. And I'll whistle a foul on Waukee Northwest. Neray Barnes picks up her third foul. And Zedeker back to the line. 2 shots. Dowling in the double bonus the rest of the way. Dowling with 16 fouls, and Waukee Northwest well over the 10-foul limit. And the free throw good by Zedeker.
Solid night at the free throw line for Zedeker.
A perfect 5 for 5, and I hope I don't upset anybody. I got that too. So I got through the Bartholomew and Zedeker families without giving the announcers
I almost set you up for that one.
Yeah, I know you were trying. 44-25, Dowling with its largest lead of 19 points in the final minute and a half of the fourth quarter. And the Maroons are going to move on to the Girls State Basketball Tournament. As pull-up jumper at the free throw line, good by Bartholomew. What a career she's had. Reagan had that nasty knee injury during the summer. And now Dowling inbounds the ball, and they step over the end line. It's a second in the last 30 seconds that they've had a turnover there.
It's just, some of the freshman mistakes you're going to get, and Heller, had a carry there. But she's certainly the girl you want handling the ball. She's so talented with her ball handling skills.
Now Bartholomew couldn't get the three-point shot off, but he tried to pass underneath the Jones, and the pass was tipped away by Dowling. Minute 15 remaining, 44-27 Maroons. Inbounds pass, long three up, no good. Off the back iron by Abigail Jones. Rebound Dowling and Tritton, and a backcourt foul by the Wolves, and that'll be on Josie Vanderkroll, her third. So Dowling Catholic.
Just incredible defensive emphasis or effort by the Maroons, from the tip. Keeping Northwest to just 27 points with a minute left has just been an incredible defensive effort.
Well, they held them to 30 last month here, as the free throw is good by Tritton. It was 47-30 the final a month ago here at the Dowling Gym on a Tuesday night. And fast forward almost 5 weeks later, as Tritton makes them both, and it's 46-27 Maroons as we approach 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Bartholomew with 4 fouls, guarded by Zedeker in the lane. Shot blocked by Zedeker. Kind of a fadeaway going to her left. Rebound Dowling, and now Heller fouled in the backcourt.
Yeah.
That'll be on Bartholomew, and she's just fouled out. And she'll foul out with 17 points with 56 seconds remaining here in the contest.
It's been such a quiet 17 points. It's been spread out throughout. Really have not given her a chance to really get hot into the game. And you got to credit that to Julia Moore's defensive effort. And then Ava Zedeker, when Moore got some foul trouble, Ava Zedeker just played a tremendous defensive effort on Bartholomew tonight.
Reagan Bartholomew has played her final basketball game here in the regional final. Heller to the line. Gets a great ovation from the Waukee fans here, Waukee Northwest fans. Heller's free throw is good. Now we got a whistle with 54 seconds remaining. 47-27, Dowling by 20. And yeah, it's.
I think the officials got confused because
she has a second free throw coming.
They had to take Bartholomew out before the first free throw, and that kind of confused everybody.
Now the second one up, good. So she makes them both. I had her for both. 48-27, Dowling by 21. What a career for Reagan Bartholomew, the young lady going to Miami of Ohio to play softball. And that knee injury, Jimmy, I was there that night over at Waukee, and that left knee buckled, and it was quite some time, quite a delay. And got the news from Coach Guest the next day saying it's not an ACL, and that was the best news I think everybody's heard. And tonight playing her final basketball game. Underneath, Waukee with the ball, Waukee Northwest, and Vanderkroll with the basket. That's her 6-point. 48-29 Dowling. 35 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Zedeker with it. Gets it across the timeline to Frericks. And now timeout Dowling. And this will be a 30-second timeout, I believe, as the Maroons are going to empty the bench.
Maroons called a quick substitution timeout to get their seniors back into the game for one last time on this court. As we know, this would be the the final home game for the Maroons.
Correct. It's our final broadcast here at the Dowling Gym this season as the Maroons. Dowling boys will be on the road Friday night. We'll have that game at Council Bluffs, Lincoln. We'll be on the air at 6:45, tip-off 7 o'clock. And if the Maroons win that, they'll be at a neutral site a week from tonight on a Tuesday night for the boys sub-state. And the Dowling girls' next game will be at the Girls State Basketball Tournament this coming Monday, February 28th. They'll either play at 10 o'clock, 11:45 in the morning, or 1:30 or 3:15 in the afternoon. They have 5A has the first 4 games. Now here's Moist in the lane. Her shot up and good. Molly Moist. Shout out to her dad, Brad, and mom, Ellen. Well, how about that? Moist. 50-29 Dowling. 15 seconds remaining. Barnes with it. Long three is up and no good by Vanderkroll, and a rebound Moist and Dowling. Moist gets across the timeline, but it's stolen away by Vanderkroll and that'll do it. Final score, Dowling 50 and Waukee Northwest 29. Congratulations to head coach Kristen Meyer, assistant coaches Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. The Maroons now are going to make their 23rd appearance at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, and they were their 5-time champs. Congratulations to the Dowling girls. What a win, Jimmy.
Well, you could just feel the relief coming off their shoulders. You can tell a lot of pressure with the youth and how they would react to a game tonight. But their defensive effort in the second half and the way they played the game in the second half when they were getting trapped, pressed, handled everything so extremely well, and earned their berth to Wells Fargo next week.
Well, they certainly did, as the Maroons outscore Waukee Northwest in the fourth quarter, 20-12, to win it 50-29. We're going to take a break, come back with the post-game show. We hope to get several interviews with the coaches and players, so stay tuned for that, as we'll have a couple of breaks during the post-game show. And I want to thank Brady Grimm, our studio producer, alongside Jimmy Cataldo tonight. I'm Mark Amadale. And again, the final score, as it's Region 5 in Class 5A. Dowling girls punched their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament with a 50-29 win over Waukee Northwest. The Wolves close out their first year as a school with a record of 14-9 and a number 15 ranking. Dowling improves. Their record is now 18-6, ranked 9th, and they'll be at the Girls State Basketball Tournament beginning on Monday morning or early afternoon. We'll be back with the postgame show. Again, the final, Dowling 50, Waukee Northwest 29 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Amazon Smile is a simple way to support Iowa Catholic Radio. When you are shopping on Amazon, consider shopping through Amazon Smile instead. You get all the same great deals, and your order will also help support Iowa Catholic Radio. All you need to do is choose Iowa Catholic Radio as your nonprofit to support when you first log in, and Amazon will do the rest. Every Amazon Smile order you make, Amazon will donate to Iowa Catholic Radio. Support Iowa Catholic Radio while you shop at smile.amazon.com. And thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Gym, where Dowling Catholic has punched their ticket to the Girls State Basketball Tournament next week with a 50-29 victory over Waukee Northwest, as Maroons outscore Waukee Northwest 20-12 in that fourth quarter. And if you remember going back through the season, Jimmy, the Maroons have had leads and gave them up in the fourth quarter. Tonight, a little bit more experience. Yes, there's freshmen out there along with the sophomores and juniors and seniors, but freshmen starting to play like a veteran team. They had some mental mistakes late with the inbounds pass in that final couple of minutes, but you know what? They showed their experience, and they found out how to manage a fourth quarter, and yet knowing when to score and when to pull it back and let the clock do its work.
When you looked out there, you had 3 freshmen out there late in the game, and throughout that fourth quarter, you would think a young team like that, with their opportunity to get the first shot to get down to Wells Fargo, they'd start watching the scoreboard a little bit,
right,
watching that clock, and you never sensed that. You never saw it. They kept their head down. They kept up the intensity of the defense throughout the entire second half, including a lot of that in the fourth quarter, and that's where they earned their ticket to Wells Fargo is just the way they played. And we saw this at the beginning of the year. Lost a little bit of their legs towards a little bit of the end, but certainly last two ball games, and the girls are riding a really, really high note. Just the way they started with their intensity on defense that we've stressed all year, their unselfish play, some great passes tonight, and their ability to knock down shots in their youth. And just an overall great total team win by the Maroons tonight.
Certainly is, as Dowling went to the free throw line in that fourth quarter. They went there 16 times, and they were 14 of 16 at the line in the fourth quarter, and they finished 19 out of 24 for the night at the free throw line. The Maroons with two players in double figures, led by Layla Tritton. That second quarter, she had 7 points right before the half, and then had a three-pointer in the third quarter. Went 3 for 3 at the line. She had 12, and she and Ava Zedeker also finished with 12 points. Ava, a pair of three-pointers, and 6 for 6 at the free throw line. Both lead Dowling with 12 points. Marin Heller off the bench with 9 points. And Emma Gipple, you probably had her for 60 rebounds, but she had 9 points and probably double figures in rebounds, Coach.
She wasn't getting her rebounds early in the game, but certainly as the game wore on and she was able to lean on their post players, was starting to get a lot of those offensive and defensive rebounds. But you look at Layla Tritton's output in her score. Her points came when the game was in doubt. She hits that corner three on the right side when the Maroons were down 1 at the time. She gets the steal and fast break shortly after that. So 5 quick points in a matter of 1 minute was huge. And Marin Heller hitting her three-pointer from the corner side, which has been her favorite shot all year. That was a big shot. And then steady as steady goes, it was Zedeker tonight. When you needed a basket or you need somebody to create a shot off the dribble, Zedeker was there and just showed up in a big way.
Certainly did. And congratulations to Dowling Catholic. They advanced to the girls' state basketball tournament next week, beginning on Monday. Not sure what time slot they will be at. If you joined us late, only 3 games in Class 5A out of the 8 that were scheduled were played tonight due to the ice storm that hit. A lot of games were postponed till tomorrow. But the Dowling girls were not one of them as the Maroons advance in Region 5. Other games that were scheduled tonight and then played: Cedar Rapids, Washington at Pleasant Valley, and Linn-Mar at City High of Iowa City. Those are the other 2 remaining games tonight. The other 5 games will be played tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That'll be Iowa City West at West Des Moines Valley, Southeast Polk traveling to West Waterloo, Ankeny at Des Moines Roosevelt, Sioux City East at Ankeny Centennial, and Des Moines North at number 1 Johnston. All those games are postponed tonight. They'll be played tomorrow beginning at 7 o'clock at those sites. Jim, you got to look at some of the totals tonight before we get into our interviews. I know the girls are taking pictures on the floor with their parents and the rest of their team, and we'll get Coach Danner to bring 1 or 2 over. So go ahead with the final numbers.
So for Waukee Northwest, just struggling shooting night, especially at the three-point arc. They go 7 of 19 on the field for 36%, but just 2 of 16 from 3 for 12%. 14 total rebounds for Northwest and 12 total turnovers. They really cleaned up their second half ball handling. Only had 3 turnovers in the second half, but lost the turnover battle, which we found was a key in the pregame. Had 12 total turnovers. For the Maroons on the night, solid shooting night. For them, 8 of 17 from the field for 47%. They went 5 of 10 from the three-point arc for 50%. 19 total rebounds and 8 turnovers for the Maroons. So solid shooting night. They didn't force shots as we've seen sometimes they get, but found some quality shots, knocked them down, and the stat sheet shows the ticket.
One more time, the turnovers tonight, because both teams come in. They were in double figures. Dowling averaging nearly 14 turnovers a contest. Waukee Northwest 13, and what were your final numbers?
So Waukee Northwest, I mentioned in the second half, they only had 3 total turnovers in the second half, but they finished the game with 12 total turnovers, and the Maroons, who was solid up until that fourth quarter when the trapping was happening, still came under their season average and had 8 total turnovers for the Maroons. So the Maroons did win the turnover battle, as we talked about in the pregame. We thought was going to be a key to the winning of this ball game.
It normally is, and we'll continue here with the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Getting gifts from the maintenance staff Rob Deal's top flight. Number one, he's a Raiders fan, and number two, we harass Coach Wilson about our Raiders, our Vegas Raiders, and his Chiefs. But Coach usually has the upper hand because we haven't been to the Super Bowl in a while. But that's another story. I want to thank the staff here at Dowling. I mean, they do a great job. We have to work amongst them. And, Michael Connor heads it up, the ticket takers. I can't believe they let you win. I am still trying to figure that out.
Well, here's the tell. I'm so excited that these girls made it down to Wells Fargo. How am I going to get into that arena? That's going to be the tell.
That'll be a mystery.
Are you going to have enough pull for me to walk into that door? Do I get in the back door? I've never had the VIP access. Do I get in the back door? Do I get the tunnel? I've never been down the tunnel of Wells Fargo. I'm kind of excited about this.
Oh, my goodness. Folks, I'll take a video and I'll have it posted on somebody's webpage. Because I don't do Facebook, but that's a great question.
I mean, where are we going to sit? I mean, if you put me at courtside, my vision isn't very good at courtside. I got to be up a little higher.
Well, last year we were up towards the ceiling because of COVID. We were up there where the Barnstormers and that broadcast from. Tonight, I don't know what they're doing this year. We're going to find out.
If I'm sitting next to Ronnie Rand and Willie Farrell and
their
their daughter, then you have no pull. You found me an open seat.
Now they get upgraded seats every year. You know that, don't you? They went from back of the hockey side to the front side of the basketball side. All right, let's run down the scoring tonight. We'll start with the visitors from Waukee Northwest, and our thanks to their staff, Chris Guess, his wife Sherry, Ben Dewey, the assistant coaches. What a year in their first year. They're finished with the year a record of 14 wins, 9 losses, a number 15 ranking, and the Maroons with 2 wins this year against Waukee Northwest during the regular season and tonight. And the Wolves were led by Reagan Bartholomew. What a career she had. The 5'10 senior finished with 17 points, fouled out with 56 seconds remaining, and she went 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So Reagan Bartholomew with 17 points. She was followed by Josie Vanderkroll with 6 points. And then 2 points each for Sadie Moss and for Cameron Weirs. Rounding out scoring their reserves, Neray Barnes, Megan Lawns, and Addison Steffi did not score in the contest. Abigail Jones with 2 points tonight for the Wolves. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons had 2 players in double figures, and they were led by Layla Tritton and Ava Zedeker with 12 points each, both freshmen in double figures for Dowling. Emma Gipple with 9 points and probably 35 rebounds, according to Coach Cataldo. We'll have to get the exact numbers. We get the real coaches in here. Coach Danner has that down already. 9 points for Marin Heller off the bench. And then 2 points for Molly Moist off the bench. Julia Moore finished with 1 point. And fouling out in the contest, Dowling 19 of 24 from the free throw line. The young lady we're going to talk to here knocked down quite a bit of herself, Layla Tritton. And Waukee went 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Dowling outscoring Waukee 20-12 in the fourth quarter to win it, 50-29 over Waukee Northwest. We'll take a break and come back. We'll start interviews. Assistant Coach Joel Danner, one of the many outstanding freshmen, Layla Tritton. We'll talk to them along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, back after this break here in the postgame show on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym tonight. Class 5A regional final, and Dowling Catholic has punched their ticket to the girls' state basketball tournament next week on Monday, as the Maroons will be involved with either the morning games or the early afternoon games. Final score tonight, Dowling 50, Waukee Northwest 29. The Maroons improved to 18-6, and Waukee closes out their season with a record of 14-9, joined by assistant coach Joel Danner and freshman Layla Tritton. We already had pictures taken. Now they're trying to find out where everybody's at. Coach Danner, congratulations. How you feel?
That's wonderful. It never gets old. at this moment of the year, that's what you do everything in the off season for, and our girls just executed tonight. It's a great feeling knowing that we've got, a lot of freshmen playing ball, and we're only going to get better.
Well, that's the second time this year you hold the defending state champion coach, Chris Guest, to under 30 points. That's amazing. This group played tremendous defense tonight, as Jimmy and I pointed out.
No, they really did. I mean, we talked about it last time I talked to you guys about preparation, and all week we've gone through every set that we could possibly go through, half-court sets, baseline out of bounds, and our girls really executed tonight. We gave up a few there in the fourth quarter, but by that time, the game was pretty much under control, but the girls just played so hard. Rebounding defensively, they did their assignments, and collectively as a unit, wow. I mean, that's just an amazing job here, and like I said, pressure with the freshmen, first time in this situation, and they came through for us.
That's right. Freshmen didn't play like freshmen, and you want to see that. And Coach, what a game plan it was. It was early, 4-4 at the end of the first quarter in a low-scoring game. You got a 7-point lead at halftime, and it was kind of feeling each other out. Defense, as Jimmy kept the turnovers, very good with both teams with the turnovers. Halftime, what'd you talk about?
Just attacking the basket, making sure that we felt like we could get to the basket on them and turn the corner and find our corner shooters, but they're kind of switching everything that they're early, and our girls kind of didn't really turn the corner and try to attack. But then I thought the mentality of the second half turned a little bit, and we started getting there, and we got some nice dump offs on the weak side to Emma and corner kickouts for open threes, and that's when we play good basketball, and our defense makes all that happen. And that's the thing that we talked about. Then we just said, get no second chance points for them. I mean, just keep them off the boards, and we should be okay. And those two things worked out for us in the second half.
I think you look at this game and the way you guys as a coaching staff prepared for Northwest. I was listening to you oftentimes on the bench talking about back cuts before the back cuts even happened, and so that just film preparation that you put in is just incredible to get these girls to execute that game plan. You watch. The ability to have Emma Gipple sit back in the lane and let Weirs, beg her to shoot those shots, because you guys know, you've seen it on film, what is their strengths and what their weaknesses. But going into this game, we thought, Bartholomew is their straw that stirs the drink. What do you guys talk to the kids about when it comes to a player like Bartholomew in the game plan preparation?
The biggest thing was just not letting her take the game over by herself. We tried to level her off defensively so she's not able to turn the corner on us, but then just not allow her any second chance points because she's such a strong rebounder. But we talked about how everything that they do offensively, defensively goes through her. So we kind of just, said, hey, let's focus on her. Okay, not let her get, opportunities where she likes to catch it, and just kind of make her catch where she's not comfortable. And I thought our girls did that defensively, and then the rest, like you say, knowing responsibilities, it just worked out the way it's supposed to.
The preparation for these girls was outstanding, and we talked about with the youth, are they going to start watching the clock as the game started winding down, as it got closer? And they didn't. They kept their head down. They kept their defense suffocating, kept the pressure on. The pace of play was outstanding by your team, and I give you, Coach Meyer, Coach Faber, just a tremendous amount of credit for preparing these girls for tonight.
Yeah, no, they really did. They battled from the get-go. Slow first quarter, but you know what? If we'll take a 4-4 tie after the first quarter in this type of situation, and then our girls just battled, and they just kept fighting for you, like you say, the whole 4 quarters, and never gave up, never gave them an open opportunity. And then, like I said, in the fourth quarter, they got a couple here and there, but Layla, Emma, all the girls they just got after it tonight. And when you can get a team and get into their bodies and put pressure on them, it just makes it so much more difficult for them to execute what they want to on offense.
Visit with Joel Danner, the Dowling Catholic girls assistant coach, following tonight's win. Dowling advanced to the girls state basketball tournament with a 50-29 win over Waukee Northwest. And yes, pass the microphone over to. Oh, they got to wrap it up, I see. Layla Tritton, congratulations. You had a 7-point lead at halftime. You had 7 points in that second quarter.
Yep.
You came back, and we were wondering who's going to step up. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Thank you. It feels good. This is what we worked for all season, and don't want our season to be over, and it has to be. Can't lose all of our seniors.
That's right, and there's quite a few of them. They all got to play in the game.
Yep.
Layla, what was the spark tonight? Because we were talking about, okay, we've seen Layla, we've seen you break out, and all of a sudden you've just been the role player doing your job, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. But now tonight was scoring. That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to score.
Yep.
You were hitting your shots.
I don't know. Confidence, knowing last time we played them, if everybody works together and we get our open shots, they go in, running our offense and everything ends up with a good shot that if we are confident, they'll go in and we'll get back on defense and stop it again and make it happen again.
How do you feel about playing down at the big floor at Wells Fargo Arena for the first time?
I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Make sure you grab a chair. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
You got to find the chairs. You got to find out where you're at and where you don't get lost in the locker room. I'm going to give Coach Cataldo a tour, so you can come with me. Jimmy, you got a question?
I have a couple because when we look back at that first half, you hit some big shots at some critical times. When you hit that corner three from the right side, the team was down 1, and you came up in a big way. And then 30 seconds after that, you get the steal at half court on a fast break and convert. And it's just a tremendous thing, and to come up in big ways as a freshman. I remember when I was a freshman, I'm just trying to find a ride to these games, and
me too.
And these young ladies are contributing in big ways. What goes on in your mind when you're out there? You're a freshman, but you're not acting like a freshman. You're hitting some big shots.
I'd say just having confidence. Like, everybody misses. It happens to everybody, but, like, being able to keep your head up after you miss and shoot it the same way again, knowing, like, you're good enough. You're here to play. You're here to make it.
Well, you came up in a big way and a big time, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Layla, congratulations. I know the team wants you back. I don't know if they want Danner back, but they want you back. And both of you, congratulations. Enjoy the preparation, because you turn around and play Monday morning or early afternoon. We don't know, because 5 of the games are left to play. But congratulations, Layla Tritton. Joel Danner, thank you. Thanks for coming up.
Yes, thank you.
They're waiting for you. I don't know what they're doing, but
I don't know. All right, we better go, so I don't get yelled at. Thank you, guys.
Good job.
Congratulations, Joel Danner. Layla Tritton join us here on the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll send them back to the team. They want to get a team picture. You start getting kind of hot under the collar when everybody's looking at you. So we're waiting for those two, and they need to get the team picture. They never say that to you when you guys took the football pictures at the Dome. They said, "No, Cataldo, you just stay in the booth, and we'll take pictures without you."
They rushed us off quicker than they could get the other team off the field.
That's right.
But we said it. I mean, Layla hit some shots at some big times, and her points started to blossom as that game went on. And for her to lead the team in scoring with Zedeker is just a big opportunity in a big game.
7 players in the scoring column tonight for Dowling Catholic. Again, led by Ava Zedeker and our guest here at halftime in the postgame show, Layla Tritton, both with 12 points each, and then Emma Gipple and off the bench Marin Heller with 9 points each. And then Molly Moyce got in, one of the seniors at the end, picked up a basket. Julia Moore defensively did a tremendous job, battled foul trouble, but she finished with 1 point. She was 1 for 2 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter. So, not getting her points, but yet her and Ellie Olson off the bench, she had no points, but played their roles. And, that's going to be the case next week. You're on the bigger floor, and you're at Wells Fargo Arena under the bright lights and the state coverage.
It could be suffocating a little bit, so it'd be interesting to see how this coaching staff prepares this team for this environment. It's great to have girls like Emma Gipple and Julie Moore, who's been there before, to at least prepare them. Get them understanding what the environment's like, and it's going to be great. And we talked about, I don't want to be remiss. I mean, I remember Lauren Frericks hitting a 3-point shot from the left corner. That was a big shot. And even though Julie Moore only had 1 point, her defense was outstanding on Bartholomew. But just a total team effort tonight for the Dowling win.
It is. Again, Dowling going 19 for 24 at the free throw line. They were 14 of 16 in the fourth quarter alone, getting the win tonight as the Maroons improved their record to 18-6, and they punched their ticket to the Girls State Class 5A basketball tournament. And again, it begins at 10 o'clock Monday morning. Not sure what time Dowling will be slotted, because there's 5 of the games to be played tomorrow night, all at 7 o'clock. But the Maroons have punched their ticket. And I want to thank Chris Guest and the Northwest Wolves of Waukee. In their first year, they close out the season record of 14-9, thanks to him and Jim Dewey and all the staff there at Waukee Northwest. And Jimmy, that'll wrap up our broadcast. We have one more game this week. The question is, are you heading over all over the state anyway on your real job?
I'm going to Tulsa this weekend. So
okay.
So I'm gonna listen in and hope they can bring it in. And I think they got a great opportunity.
Yeah, that'll be our next broadcast Friday night from Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln High School to be Dowling at Council Bluffs Lincoln boys sub-state semifinal, and the winner will punch their ticket to Tuesday night, a week from tonight, and they could play. Boys play at a neutral site, so whoever wins between the Dowling and Abraham Lincoln game and the other bracket, Norwalk and Johnston, those winners will play a week from tonight at a site to be determined. And if the Maroons are involved, we'll be there. So, Jimmy, thanks for all you do, and congratulations to the Maroons. And I'll I'll draw a map and get some stuff for you for Wells Fargo Arena so you can kind of be briefed on where to go.
I mean, am I going to get a parking pass out of this?
You don't get a parking pass. I don't get a parking pass.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's excitement for the girls,
it is.
For the staff. And so, if I got to walk several blocks to get to this arena to watch this game, heck, I'm going to do it.
I'll let you carry the equipment if you want to do that, because that's what I do.
That's not
Jimmy, thank you.
Thank you.
That'll wrap up our broadcast tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Congratulations to the Dowling girls. Again, a winner, 50-29 over Waukee Northwest. And that'll wrap up our broadcast. Our thanks to Brady Grimm for sitting in tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And thanks to our business underwriters and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They've been with us all season long. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. A reminder, the Iowa Catholic Radio Carathon is going on this week. You can pledge your support to Iowa Catholic Radio. It's tax deductible by going to iowacatholicradio.com and click on the donate button. And again, your gift is appreciated, and it is tax deductible, and it'll be going on throughout the week here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Remember to like Iowa Catholic Radio on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. And for everybody involved with tonight's game, our thanks to Waukee Northwest head girls basketball coach, the legendary Chris Guess, and his staff, athletic director Jim Dewey and Wendy Ritzmeyer in the athletic office. We appreciate all their work. And again, as we mentioned, our next broadcast will be this Friday night, February 25th, boys sub-state semifinal. Dowling Catholic on the road at number 8, Council Bluffs Lincoln. The Lynx with a record of 15-5. And we'll be on the air with our pregame show at 6:45 from the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Gym. The boys will tip it off at 7 o'clock. Once again, the final score for the final time tonight, Dowling Catholic punches their ticket to the girls' Class 5A state tournament with a 50-29 win over Waukee Northwest. For Brady Grimm and for Jimmy Cataldo, this is Mark Amadale thanking you for tuning in. And from all of us here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed faith-filled evening.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.